The page opens with a flashback to kindergarten. Young Taru is on a playground trying to confess to Umi, but she's completely distracted by beetles on the ground. He loses to the beetles. His very first confession fails before it even lands. Then we cut to primary school. Taru tries again. This time Umi is turned away, talking about sushi with someone else mid-confession. She doesn't even hear him. Then middle school. He tries a third time. He's clearly putting in effort, pumping himself up. But it doesn't work again. The text says no matter how hard he tried, it didn't work. Now we're in the present. High school, second year. Taru is standing there with his backpack on, glasses, looking exhausted by life. He says 3 words, "I like you." The narration box tells us this is the 4th confession of his life. Umi turns around, smiling, and says, "I know," just like that. Completely calm. She already knew. Taru looks stunned. Umi is energetic and cheerful, grabbing her bag straps. She admits she was so worried about him disappearing for 3 days with no contact that she thought he went on vacation. She says sorry for making her worry. Taru looks guilty. Umi tells Taru she really likes him and has always known how he felt. Taru is completely thrown off. He tries to clarify. It's not that kind of like. He means something deeper. He's stumbling over his words, covering his face, embarrassed. He finally gets it out. What he means is he wants to go on a date with her. Umi says, "It's fine," immediately, no hesitation. Taru freezes, then says, "It's fine" back, mimicking her, clearly not processing what just happened. Now they're talking through what this actually means. Umi admits she doesn't truly understand what love is. Taru asks if she knows what a date even means. She says yes, and suggests they find out together, that it could extend their time and would be a lot of fun. Then Umi says something that stops everything. She says if she has a boyfriend, then it must be Taru. She's laughing. Taru behind his glasses looks completely overwhelmed. Taru suddenly starts crying. Full breakdown? Umi calls him a crybaby and says he's been like this since they were little kids. A friend nearby tells him to hold his tears. Taru, through tears, says he's happy. He apologizes about everything. The 3 days he went silent, pondering whether to confess again. Then we see Taru up close, tears on his face, looking more serious now. Something is weighing on him beyond just the emotion of the moment. This is where the supernatural element hits. Umi is standing next to Taru, and on her chest there is a glitching digital countdown display. It reads 97. Beeping. Taru looks at it and thinks to himself, "The remaining time of living creatures. I can see the time left to live." He's shaking. The counter on Umi reads 97 days. His childhood girlfriend has 97 days left to live. Umi has no idea. She's smiling, asking what's wrong with him. The bottom panel shows them from a distance. Umi cheerful, Taru silent, with the text, "How is my childhood girlfriend?" And then the counter drops. It says she has only 97 days left. This is the chapter title page. Umi is shown in a full portrait, smiling softly, in her school uniform. She looks peaceful, completely unaware. The chapter title reads, Chapter 1, 100 Days Until You Die. Now we get a flashback to when they were young children. A black cat is sitting inside a cardboard box. Above the cat is the number 100, its countdown timer. Young Umi walks by and spots it, asking what Taru is doing. He tells her the cat will die in 100 days. He can see its remaining time. The narration explains his ability started at 100 and counts down to 1. Young Umi looks at him. Taru looks down. He can see it, but he can't do anything about it. Back to the childhood flashback. Umi and another friend spot the cat and think it's adorable. Taru already knows what's coming. He tells them the cat will die in 100 days because he can see its remaining time. The friend is amazed, asks if he's been doing spiritual training. Taru says it's not like that at all. It isn't great. He can see it, but cannot do anything about it. Umi goes quiet and processes this. Umi's response to learning about the cat is pure optimism. She says it's possible to save it. She says they should find out together, that if there's a way to save the day, there must be some kind of sign. She's fully committed. Says it's gonna be okay, must be okay. Then the final small panel, just the two of them standing small in the frame. Umi beside Taru, the word in a speech bubble. The moment feels heavy. Quiet. The cat's countdown reaches 0. Taru is standing alone on a roadside looking down at the ground. The cat is gone. The counter reads 0 and beeps. He's crying silently. Tears falling. He couldn't stop it. The cat's countdown reaches 0. Taru is standing alone on a roadside looking down at the ground. The cat is gone. The counter reads 0 and beeps. He's crying silently, tears falling. He couldn't stop it. We then see young Umi and Taru standing together. The dialogue simply says, "The kitty died." No dramatic reaction, just the fact of it. Then Umi reaches over and takes Taru's hand. The page ends with the words, "and then." The cat's countdown reaches 0. Taru is standing alone on a roadside looking down at the ground. The cat is gone. The counter reads 0 and beeps. He's crying silently, tears falling. He couldn't stop it. We then see young Umi and Taru standing together. The dialogue simply says, "The kitty died." No dramatic reaction, just the fact of it. Then Umi reaches over and takes Taru's hand. The page ends with the words, "and then." Back to the present. Umi is scared. She admits her hands are shaking. Taru holds her hand. She says she's scared to die. But then Umi says something that reframes everything. She says, if she dies, Taru will cry again. So she needs to not die. Not for herself, for him. She remembers him as a kid, always the one who understood everything deeply, always strong, but always the one who cried when he couldn't save something. Taru looks at her and thinks, Umi, just like the old time. He remembers her as the person who always faced everything head-on. He says to himself, then now is not the time to be scared. He must win. He must fight whatever is causing this countdown. The flashback shows them as little kids, Umi energetic and determined, Taru small and overwhelmed beside her. She was always the stronger one emotionally. Back in the present, Taru goes silent. He's processing everything. Taru smiles slightly, just barely. Umi notices immediately, asks what happened to him. He says, yeah, that's it, just yeah. Umi pushes back, saying she didn't say anything yet. Then she tells him directly, if you die, she will cry like hell. So please don't go anywhere. It's her version of a confession, not romantic words, just don't leave me. Umi suggests they train their minds together to handle what's coming. Taru is flustered, says he didn't say that. Their friend jumps in laughing, saying Taru clearly wants to do it too, and should have said so sooner. Taru wipes his face. He thinks to himself, no limit puts on any person. He looks at Umi's counter again. It's still beeping. The counter on Umai is shown in 2 panels side by side. First it reads 98, then 99. It's going up. The beeping intensifies each panel. Umi notices something. She looks down at herself and says, "The living time left is increasing." Her counter now reads 100, back to where it started. She has no idea why. Taru sees it too and completely loses his composure. He grabs Umi. "Umi!" She asks, What is it?" He tells her the living time left is going up. Then they both look at each other confused. Umi says she doesn't understand either. She's never heard of this before. The final panel shows their friend standing beside them, equally lost, while the text confirms. Umi now has 100 days until it comes. Nobody knows why it reset. Nobody knows what